Hi everyone, it's a beautiful spring day today. In this video I want to show you how I set up my Plough Point shelter, and there's a few variations that I use. I want to show you the tarp that I use and the techniques that I use to set these up. So let's get going. So the first thing you want to do is lay your tarp out, and if you notice right away it's in the shape of a diamond. That's why they also call the Plough Point the diamond tarp. I'm using a 10 by 10 tarp made by AquaQuest. It's a safari version, and it's a really good tarp. It's really made well. It has a 70D nylon dual coating of silicone and polyurethane, and the seams are heat taped, and it's all reinforced really well. You can see the stitching is really nice on this. This one only weighs 1.6 pounds. It also has 19 tie loops. Okay, it has 5 on each. Okay, and it has this seam running down the middle, and there's 5 tie loops here, so there's plenty of tie loops. First thing you want to do, you want to clear any sticks away, that you may be sleeping on. You just put your peg in onto this end of the tie loop. Now I made these pegs. You can buy pre-made pegs. They have plastic ones, they have metal ones, but these are pretty easy to make. You just make your notch and then you make your point. Okay, you put it in. You take the end of your knife or your axe, hammer. Okay. Once you get this peg in, you're going to go to the next corner. All right. Pull it tight. Make sure it's tight from that corner. Once we get this in good and tight, now we're going to go to the opposite corner. So I actually screwed up a bit. I don't know what I was thinking of, but I'm about to put the peg in right now. That had to be lifted out, and then I had to put that peg in to the tie loop of the tarp in the foreground. Where I'm putting it in now, it had to be lifted up, and some paracord had to be tied to the tie loop around the tree to my right, your left, and I do show that later on in the video. Okay, so we have these 3 corners secured with our pegs. The next step is to get this up. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to tie it off with some number 36 braided line or paracord. Bring it through, right? Your line that's going to your tarp. Bring it through like so. Put your stick in, okay, pull on it. You see how that works? You just pull on it, make it tight, and you're good to go. So now we have this secure. When we leave, all we have to do is loosen it, right? And then we pull out the stick, and we're ready to go. We can reuse this. So now we have our ends secured to the tree, and then we have our pegs in on all 3 ends here. Okay, you can see, hence the name diamond tarp. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to go to this middle tie loop, tie some paracord on, all right, and bring it over to a tree. Always make sure you have another tree behind your shelter so you can tie it off. So we want to tie that onto this tree so we can have more room inside, and I'll show you in a minute. So let's do that. So same idea, I'm just making a loop. I'm coming through here, through this tie loop. We bring the end through, put our toggle in, pull tight, okay? Bring it over to the tree, all right? Wrap it around the tree here, All right. Cut the line. All right, so there we have it, our Plough Point shelter, also known as a diamond shelter. And you can see why. So as you can see, we have plenty of room here. We have enough room to put our gear over here, or behind us in the back. We could even probably sleep 2 people in here. We've got our back to the wind. We're covered from the back, the sides. We're all set to go. It's pretty quick and easy to set up. You can even lay a tarp down for ground cover. And that's what I want to talk to you about next. Stick around for my next variation on the Plough Point. So this particular shelter may take a little more time than the first one I showed you. So I'm putting a center pole down the middle here. And what I've done was I brought the back up. All right. I've used the tie loop we had on the first one. This was tucked under. I brought it under here like this. So when we tie off from a post to a tree, or even if we're not using a post and we're just tying off from this loop on the end, okay, I want to show you how I tied it off to this tree by using this stick. So what you want to do is you want to find a stick maybe 3 inches long, about the thickness of your finger. Okay, I've cut this one down. Just use your saw. So all we do is we tie a knot on the end of the rope, make a loop. We bring it around. Okay, this is the end that's tied to your post or to the tie loop on your tent. We just bring it through the loop. You have the loop, bring it through. We take our stick and we pull. We just keep pulling till it gets tighter and tighter. And now there we have it. We just pull it tight and then we have a nice taut line right to our post, to the end of our tarp, and we're all set to go. One thing I should have mentioned while I was filming a little bit more, I believe I did a little bit at the end of the video, but you can see the red arrows here at the bottom of your screen. That's where I pegged it into the ground. What I did was I just brought the end of the tarp inwards and secured it in those 2 spots. You can see here on the left and the right how I did that. And what you have is a more enclosed profile, and you have way more cover from the wind coming in on the sides on the left and the right. And of course I brought the back of the tarp in and then secured it to the bottom of the post, so you have that ground cover to sit or sleep on. So as you can see, we've still got plenty of room by bringing the sides in here. It's less of an opening, but we have much more cover on the sides from wind. It works out great. And yeah, I love it. Get out there and have fun. I'll see you on the next video. Well, that's going to wrap up another episode. Thanks for joining me. I hope you learned something. If you already know about the Plough Point shelter, maybe the little variation I did can give you some ideas. And as always, if you like watching this and you want to see more, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out, and just come back. And I'll see you on the next adventure. Bye for now.